Wyatt Flores released a deeply personal album about longing for home. The songs on Welcome to the Plains, snapshots of his life in Oklahoma. So he was taken by surprise when he saw how much the music resonated with fans around the country, how much they loved the music.
I didn't know that everyone was actually going to latch on to, the plains. It was just me wanting to go home. And that's where all the writing kind of came from, is just all these little stories and things, and me just kind of daydreaming of wishing I was going back home.
After years in the business, Wyatt needed a reset. The pressure of trying to be everything for everyone had taken its toll. He found refuge on the ranch, where working the land gave him a new perspective and the strength to return to his career in a better place.
Working and ranching and all that has kind of made me look at it from a different point of view, because it's kind of what it feels like on this side, having to try and be everything for everyone, and that was a really tough thing for me.
Oklahoma. For Wyatt, it's the resilience, the beauty, and the hard truths. He sings about the land that shaped him and the people who inspire him in the title cut, Welcome to the Plains, as he delivers a powerful performance that captures it all.
Oklahoma, just because of its history, I mean, you don't have to scratch the surface, and that's just the hard truth of it. But what I love about Oklahoma is that it's the people. They are some of the nicest folks you will ever get to meet and get to know, and the land, you have to be so tough to live there. There's so many beautiful things about Oklahoma, but if you're just flying over it, you'll never know.
Welcome to On the Record. I am so excited to have this man in the studio with me. He is a multi-platinum selling artist, an Americana Award nominee. I love you. Wyatt Flores. Good to see you, man.
You too.
Listen, so I'm saying in the green room, I'm like trying to put the timeline together, because you've been in the studio a number of times with us. We've interviewed you anyway a number of times. And I'm thinking, I remember standing with you in the green room and you're like, I've got some interviews coming up, because you were still independent.
Oh, yes.
Life has changed.
Quickly, very rapidly.
Please Don't Go, of course, that was the one that really hook, line, and sinker. It was funny because, let me just say, can I go on record and say this? Yeah. Your music appeals to everyone. I know you've got kids, you've got women like me in their 50s that just identify with your music. I mean, it's such a wide, broad appeal. Do you see that in your audience?
Absolutely. Yeah. So when we first went out, I didn't expect to have such a young audience. Mm-hmm. I had a whole bunch of people telling me, why aren't you playing in venues that are all ages? And I was like, I don't know, this is my first tour, and just figured it'd be a bar, because I figured that'd be what everyone wanted. And no, it's actually a super young audience, and it just ranges all the way up. I mean, it's crazy to see the demographic of it, because, I didn't think everyone would kind of, relate to the songs and what I'm saying and the way that I think. But yeah, it's been awesome to see it.
What blew me away when you said, we're talking about Please Don't Go and Losing Sleep, and these songs that you came out with, those were the first songs that you wrote.
Oh yeah.
And they blew up.
Yeah, it was, I think most people don't realize this, but like Please Don't Go was like the 10th song. Losing Sleep was second or third. Wow. And yeah, to see those be my, top 1 and 2 songs, it's crazy, because I didn't know what I was doing. Mm-hmm. I rewrote Losing Sleep, I think 12 times before I was like, all right, I'm done trying to write this.
That's and I think that speaks to who you are. I mean, you're just an authentic singer-songwriter, and I feel like it comes from the heart. And I think that's why it resonates with all of us, because it is so real. Please Don't Go. Platinum. I mean, my gosh, platinum. And I understand too that, listen, I know you guys don't do things for the awards or for the accolades. Like, I heard you gave your platinum
I don't even have any of my plaques at all. I keep giving them away.
Do you really? Yeah. Why is that? Why?
Because you're right, I don't do it for that. Yeah. The last one that I was given, I was at Whitewater Amphitheater, and I gave it to my keys player, because they didn't get him one. And he was one of the main reasons that Please Don't Go even turned into what it was. He's incredibly smart and just musically so talented. I swear he could have his own band if he had 8 more arms. But yeah, I ended up giving it to him because he deserved it, and I never felt like he got the full credit for it. And yeah, and then other ones, like I gave one to my mentor. I think it was the class of 23, I think. Anyway, it was from the deal, and I gave it to my mentor, Dan Jackson, from my hometown, because he was always the person that I'd come home to, and I'd ask him all these questions, and he'd always make time for me to sit down and ask him questions, and I didn't know the answers to, and I'd just throw ideas off to him, and without him, I don't want to know where I'd be at without him, honestly.
Here we are, of course, the new album.
Oh, yeah.
Now, a new label. By the way, when you have a label deal, and I know as an independent, you have to do a lot more, right?
Yes.
Is it nice to kind of step back and kind of oversee things and delegate and have that ability?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it allows you to focus on the music.
To have a team that truly just works together and just keeps on building things without me having to be fully attentive for all that, it does allow me more time, and that's the biggest thing is having more time to focus on the things that I need to, so that way they can keep on working everything else.
14-song album, of course.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of music.
It's a lot of music.
You seem like you're a guy. Is it hard for you to walk away when you're in the studio? Do you feel like somebody have to go, it's done, Wyatt?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because through this album of Welcome to the Plains, that was kind of the moment where I realized I was a perfectionist, and I didn't really know that about myself. And that was pretty much the point where I was like, okay, I got to stop at some point and quit fidgeting with everything and just let it be what it is and
what
keep on going.
What do you think that is? That you feel like maybe a little self-imposed pressure that you put? Is it because it was your first album?
Yeah, definitely. When, like the EPs and everything, I kind of had a sense of exactly what I wanted for those. And when it came to the album, I was second guessing myself if I was even ready for it. Even though, the 2 EPs were so long.
Right.
They almost counted as albums. But
absolutely.
Yeah, the debut, I was definitely so scared about it. And now watching how the crowd responds to it, it's amazing. I mean, we just got back from Australia, and I think that was the loudest I ever heard a crowd scream, "Oh, Susanna." It is crazy.
Isn't it? I cannot imagine that feeling and knowing that your music, again, is resonating, and you're overseas. You're out of the country now. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty wild.
It definitely is. And especially talking about just where I'm from, I didn't know that everyone was actually going to latch on to, the Plains. It was just me wanting to go home.
I want to talk about that, something that you're leading to, and I think it was so important you did a move. Listen, I mean, can I say your age? I mean, 23 years old. I mean, you have incredible insight into who you are and where you want to be and where you're going, and I think that speaks volumes. I want to talk a little bit more about that, and of course, we're going to get into some of the tracks on this album. Stay with us. More with Wyatt Flores when we come back here on The Record.
And I'm so grateful for the team that I had that, loved and cared for me enough to stay by my side, because really when you looked at all the variables, they probably should have just walked out and said, I don't know about all this.
Welcome back to On The Record, spending time with Wyatt Flores. As you can see, guitar in hand, we got a performance coming up. Welcome to the Plains, 14 songs on this. And before we went to camera, I was talking to you about, I love the artwork that comes along with your music. This album cover, very different. I didn't know what to make of it. I mean, we've read, there are images of things that we would see in the Plains. Talk a little bit about this.
So Chloe Tyler, who's been doing our artwork for a very long time, we did the same thing that we always do. We send her the entire album, we tell her to listen to it, and then make the art. Whatever she is inspired by, she takes off with it. And she pretty much called me one day while I was feeding cows back home, and she's like, I have so many ideas, and she's just going on and on and on. And I was like, Chloe, whatever you see inside your head, you go for it. And that's her imagery of what this album made her feel and see. And
I love that.
And it's a whole bunch of family in there, and then it's also just pictures that she's found, and it's just a crazy artist, and the work that she does is just, every single time I get something back from her, I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
Yeah. Should she check in with you along the way and go, what are you thinking? Or how are you like, well, just go?
I kind of tell her, I'm like, nah, don't show me until you're ready.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I think it really ties in with the title because, of course, this is about the plains. And you talked about, playing in Australia earlier. And, people know Stillwater, Oklahoma because of you when you leave this country, which is amazing. The title track, there's heartbreak in this.
Absolutely.
It's sad to see. I mean, there's a line in there that talks about you should have seen it before the boom. I mean, and the Native Americans losing their land.
Oh,
I mean, it really covers a bunch. And I know you wrote this with a great guy, another talented guy.
Yes.
I'm talking about Old Crow Medicine Show, Catch Secor, right?
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about you guys getting together on this.
So I was freaking out that day. And then he was like, well, I kind of got like this thing going on that I don't know, I really want to write about Oklahoma. And I was like, well, that's great, because that's what I wanted to write about too. And basically that time, I guess I was watching Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, okay.
And that's where a lot of it came from is just, daydreaming about home, but also trying to get the point across that Oklahoma, just because of its history, I mean, you don't have to scratch the surface. And that's just the hard truth of it. But what I love about Oklahoma is that it's the people. They are some of the nicest folks you will ever get to meet and get to know. And the land, you have to be so tough to live there. And especially right now, since the wildfires are going on and everything else, and just watching that community come together. There's so many beautiful things about Oklahoma, but if you're just flying over it, you'll never know.
I know. We hate when they say the flyover states, right? Because that is the foundation of this country, and that's where the heart is.
Absolutely.
I would love for you to do it for us. Can you do it? Everybody, here we are on the record. Wyatt Flores, title track of his 14-song album, Welcome to the Plains.
And if I was a mourning dove searching for a place to land, I'd perch up on the turnpike, watch old sedans and semis, wonder where they're going or where they've been. And looking back down through the years, before the hands of man were here, rusty shovels found black gold, and tumbleweeds were free like the Choctaw and Cherokee, before they had to call us land their home. If only they could see how it's gone. Now it's red dirt tears and broken mirrors and a little trailer park just south of here. Another world is getting there, but I still feel the same. And it's red dirt poor and wanting more. Mr. Weatherman, knocking at my door where dreams go, drying up like rain. Welcome to the plains. And if I was coyote running, stealing on the Cimarron, looking for a place to cool my head, find shelter from the voices telling me my only choice is get up, get gone, keep moving west. But if I ever left, those eyes would fill up fast with red dirt tears and broken mirrors and a little trailer park just south of here. Another world is getting there, but I still feel the same. And it's red dirt poor and wanting more. Mr. Weatherman knocking at my door where dreams go, drying up like rain. Where dreams go, drying up like rain. Welcome to the plains. Now it's red dirt tears and broken mirrors and a little trailer park just south of here. Another world is getting there, but I still feel the same. And it's red dirt poor and wanting more. Mr. Weatherman knocking at my door where dreams go, drying up like rain. Where dreams go, drying up like rain. Where dreams go, drying up like rain. Welcome to the plains. Welcome to the plains.
Welcome to the Plains. Wyatt Flores here on the record, 14-song album. That is a title cut. You really deal with a lot of emotion throughout this. And one of the things that I feel like throughout a lot of your music, you're very protective of where you come from. There are songs on here, Little Town, Stillwater. I think when people are leaving to chase a dream, that sometimes that dream is in your hometown.
Oh, absolutely. And that was like the weirdest part is most of my, younger life, I was just trying to get out of Stillwater into Oklahoma and go see the world. And now it seems like every single waking moment I'm trying to fight to get back home.
That happens a lot. I don't know what that is, right? I mean, we so badly want to get out of our town, and then when you do, you're like, I just want to go back. And this is a touchstone. It means something.
There definitely is. And I've been to a lot of cool places, and there are some places that I could go and live, but honestly, it's right there. And one of the questions that kind of kept me going through this album that me and the team would just always keep asking ourselves is home the place or is it the people? And that was that's one that I still kind of ask myself.
A little bit of both?
And it's a little bit of both, but yeah, mostly always every single time is the people.
What I love too is that you find a lot of sense of humor in maybe some dark topics that people don't like to talk about. When you go through this album, listen to When I Die. Funny stuff. I love the line where you talk about, if you're talking about me, I'm going to hear it. I'm going to come back as a ghost and scare your kids. Best line ever in the song, man. Such great stuff.
Well, thank you. That one's fun. That one's fun to look at people that haven't heard that song while we play it live and watch their faces.
Coming up, I know you're going to be, of course, he said there's more of a balance right now in your life, and you've learned how to do that. Spending a lot of time at home, but also on the road. And I know you're going to be traveling to Europe. You're going to be hanging out with your buddies, 49 Winchester.
Yes.
Wow.
On the Welcome to the Holler tour.
That is awesome. Love this guy. Be sure to check out his album, Welcome to the Plains, and I'm sure a lot more music. I'm sure you don't stop writing. Wyatt Flores, everybody, from the John Deere stage. This has been On the Record.